Uh, What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Patriot Arms channel. So we got Alex from CZ over here.
Yep.
He's going to be talking about their brand new, the Shadow 2 target, the 6-inch barrel one. So you're good to go?
Yeah, no, thank you for the opportunity. We're here at the Great American Outdoor Show 2025 Colt CZ booth. As you mentioned, we've got the new CZ Shadow 2 target, the 6-inch model specifically. We do make this in a 5-inch and a 6-inch model as well.
Okay.
But real quick, it's a little bit of a different take on what you would think of when you think CZ Shadow 2. So think less action pistol shooting, more stand and shoot, more precision or bullseye style shooting, if you will. So the guns are going to start off with a higher level of fit and finish than we have on the standard Shadow 2. So the guns are going to be a little bit tighter,
Okay.
a little bit more time goes into these guns in general for as far as hand fit and finishing goes. But we've got a different rear sight with an LPA adjustable rear sight, a different style front sight, but it's also a blacked out front sight blade. So instead of having the traditional fiber optic front sight, it does come in the box with two different widths for the front sight, so a thinner one and a narrower one, so you can kind of adjust what your sight picture looks like.
Okay.
We do have a polished barrel, and of course this is a 6-inch model, so it is going to stick out just a hair longer. Because it is intended for a different style of sport shooting, the controls are going to look a little bit different as well. They're going to be a bit more subdued because you're not running and gunning, right? You're not having to do magazine release or dropping magazines and putting new ones in under time pressure and all that. So you're going to have a more subdued magazine release button and a bit more subdued slide stop as well.
Okay.
The frames here are quite a bit different as well. So if you look, first and foremost, we've got 2 holes here in the dust cover, and that is so that you can attach 2 different size frame weights if you wanted to adjust the balance of the gun.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, they'll just be aftermarket weights that kind of fit the contour of the frame, but you'll have a piece that slides in from the top with 2 pillars, and then you can attach the weight to the bottom, screw them in, adjust the weight.
Okay. So this is really geared towards competition?
Really more towards the bullseye folks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The trigger is going to be something that is completely new. We haven't done something like this on any of the CZs, especially none of the Shadows before. It's got a single action only trigger, but the trigger actually slides on these rails. So you can adjust the trigger face forward or backwards.
Oh, okay.
So if you got longer fingers like I do, I've got long skinny fingers, I prefer my trigger to be further forward.
Okay.
If you've got shorter fingers, maybe you want to move it back. It just gives you that flexibility. Still has over travel and pre-travel adjustment like all the Shadow 2s. But something new is if you take off the slide from the top, you can actually adjust the set screw by the sear, and you can adjust trigger pull weight without having to swap out any of the springs.
Okay.
Which is super cool.
Nice.
We have not only a much deeper undercut here, it's also double undercut, which is the first time we've done that on the Shadow 2 as well. So double undercut trigger.
Oh, for your support hand?
Yeah, so essentially, anytime you can get your hands up higher on the gun, it's going to be much better for recoil management. Okay. So just, again, anytime you can get your hands up higher, in a perfect world, we would shoot it like this, but obviously we can't, so we don't.
Yeah, that's a very, very good afterthought on that one.
Yeah. So front and back strap checkering are going to be a bit more aggressive than you're used to on the standard Shadow 2s. And then lastly, the grips on these they're a lot more tacky without being very sharp. It seems today like the trend is if you want sharper grips or you want more aggressive grips, they have to be really, really sharp. It's more like sandpaper, less like spikes. So it does a really, really good job of staying put in your hand when shooting if you're hot and sweaty without really tearing your hands up.
Yeah, I was playing with it earlier, and the grip feels amazing in it.
Yeah. I mean, you have all the same ergonomic benefits of the Shadow 2 and just a little bit of a different form factor. But yeah, that is the new CZ Shadow 2 target.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.